for and kicking here and kicking there and punching here and punching there. I used to love that stuff. No, we never could understand why the teacher never taught us everything. You know, they have a saying in martial arts, oh, you think me fool, you're going to teach you everything you don't know about me? Well, as a good father and a good leader, he taught his son. He taught him well. So well that when his father fell asleep for a spell, he went behind his back and defeated him. But, yes, he stabbed his father in his back and he thought his father was dead. But we, the people, picked his father up and we took him and we nurtured him and we nursed him, and now he's fit and ready to come back and run the neighborhood again. Are you ready? Yes, sir. They can feel you. And I tell you, Lord, the amount of time that he must have catch me and keep by inside there with the camera. They said the camera can see it here all around, listen. Well, anyways, comrades and friends, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Tonight, to start it off, we're going to take you to the max. I'm talking about Charles. Who's going to take the road now to the maximum Fernandez? Welcome him, thank you.
Comrades and friends, good evening. Once again, I'm opening the battle. Tonight is a very important night as we continue our crusade of hope. Tonight, we're here to endorse our political leader, LesterBird. Let me hear it. And who on earth is here to endorse our political leader? Hey, everyone! Last Sunday at Cedar Grove, the great rock of labor broke that big blue wave that they sent at us. Let me hear it for Cedar Grove. But comrades and friends, we live in a time of great deception, a time of great pain, a time of failed promises. Our young people have lost hope. We're on the brink of losing an entire generation. We're losing our youth to drugs, to gangs, and incarceration. I am told of the political leaders approaching the stage. Let us hear welcome them. You just welcome Antigua and Barbuda's next Prime Minister. In the meantime, while this is going on, we have a government that doesn't seem to be in the same country as we are. They say everything is perfect. They don't seem to be in the same time zone or time that we are in. There must be a time warp. Now the UPD government is going to come back to us with smoke and mirror policies. Let us look at the time in office. Is education any better than it was under Labour? The past mark results show that that is not the case. We all know about the high levels of crime. Is crime high now? We know that the undermining that was done to the top echelon of our police force didn't help to make it any better. It made it far worse. Meanwhile, out in St. John's Rural North, we have the Longputs police station that the Antigua Labour Party completed, just waiting to be opened. And while the crime is escalating, John McGinley has not seen it fit to get the Minister of Justice to open that station. Healthcare. What is there to say about healthcare? The representative of St. John's Rural North is the Minister of Health. And to be quite honest, it's been a total failure. Imagine, he was the Minister of Sports for a few years, and not one single thing has been done in sports in his constituency. Not one. Any work done on the basketball court of Yorks only happened after he was fired from the ministry. Imagine, he blames Will McDaniel and Errol Court for no roads or lack of infrastructure work for the first 4 years of this administration's term. You know, his excuse was they didn't like him. These are two of his constituents and cabinet colleagues, and they didn't like him. What utter nonsense, eh? Now, we're coming close to election, so a lot of scrambling is happening to do some work. And guess what? He wants to take all the credit for him. Actually, I'll be honest with you. If you were to ask all of his cabinet colleagues in private, they will all tell you that John McGinley is a failure. They might say publicly, but you ask any one of them privately, and they will admit to you he's a failure, and that goes from captain to cook, all of them. The question we have to ask, why is he still in charge of ministry? And you have to wonder, is he fronting for somebody? When the Honorable Asad Michael gave a clinical overview in Parliament about those persons who died in Halverton, we again have to ask ourselves, is it true that on the John McGinley's watch, people have bled to death waiting for proper medical attention? Is it true on the John McGinley's watch that people have suffocated with no attempt made to place them on a ventilator? Is it true that on the John McGinley's watch, people have died on the operating table during routine surgical procedures? Is it true that on the John McGinley's watch, children have been overdosed and killed with wrong medication? How many more must die before he's removed from his office? Why? Another question. Why must ABST be charged on vaccines for babies? Imagine that. ABST is charged on vaccines for babies. And while all of this is happening, John McGinley remains clueless, proud, and of course, very pompous. But honestly, can anyone say here tonight that John McGinley, the Minister of Health, is on the right track? Can anyone here tonight say that John McGinley, the Minister of Health, is moving in the right direction? Then you have to agree with me that John McGinley's time is up. The thing is, John, some of you are